Hey there everyone, this is Jessica from DomesticatedMe.com. If you're new to my channel, welcome, bienvenidos. My name is Jessica Flores and I am a beauty-obsessed, fashion-loving, DIY project-making Latina mom from New York City, and I blog and vlog at Domesticated Me. Today's video is all about Sephora's SEPHORiA event, the first ever SEPHORiA House of Beauty. I got myself a gold key, which is the top tier ticket, and I'm excited to share my experience, what I saw, what I did. Was it worth it? And pros, cons, all of that. I'm covering all of that in this video. It's a bit of a long one, but I will put little timestamps in the description box below so you can get to the part that you want to see. So let's go ahead and get started because there's a lot to cover. Again, this was the first ever SEPHORiA House of Beauty that Sephora has put together. It was an event that brought together some of their brands, some of their products that they sell in an amazing space where you can take a lot of photographs. There were a lot of photo ops built into the event. So this was a destination for every Sephora lover, every beauty and makeup lover to come together at SEPHORiA and get to experience some really amazing stuff, get to shop some great products and meet with all the brands that we all know and love from Sephora. There were 3 tiers of tickets that you can purchase to SEPHORiA, the first of which was bronze, which was $99. Then there was silver, which is $249, and then the gold key, which was $449. I again got the gold key. There were 4 sessions total. Each day was 2 sessions, a morning into afternoon session and then an afternoon, late afternoon into evening session. So 4 sessions total. You had to buy a ticket for each individual session if you wanted to go to all of them. I only bought a gold key and the only ticket that I bought for the first day, first session. I wanted to get in there right away, cover everything that I saw, and then get it out to you. Some of the sessions seem a little repetitive. There were differences in the brands and the master classes offered, but I was good with just the 1 session. So first I'm going to show you what I saw, what I did, what I experienced at SEPHORiA, and then I'm going to go to my thoughts at the end. So let's get started with the vlog.
Stand your wrist and
So this is liquid diamond.
yes.
Ultra clean accord and peony.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yes.
Wow.
And then we have dancing roses, which has rose and cherry liqueur. Each box comes with one of these beautiful magical cards.
Sweet. Very nice. So cute.
Then we have lavender illusion, which is lavender and caviar.
Oh, that's nice.
Sit in and kind of create your own illuminizing blush as well. You can do all sorts of things with it, yeah.
Very nice.
Versatile. Girls even tap it over their lips if they want to kind of add some illuminization to their lips or their lipstick. So it's one of those.
Oh,
yeah.
very cool. Yes. It is. Powder would be great. Oh my gosh, thank you. I came from New York and the weather here was so confusing.
I know. No, for sure.
I was looking on Instagram and everyone was in sweaters and then short shorts and I'm just like, what does that
What
mean?
is happening? No, I'm from the Midwest, so like, I don't understand what happens here. Like, people wear underwear and 60 degrees outside. I don't understand.
I'm just like, can someone just tell me what to pack? I'm not sure what's happening. Oh, perfect.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. Thank you. What palette did you use?
So the bar of gold, yeah. That's the bar of gold.
It's beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi guys. I'm gonna go have some fun upstairs with the product for a little bit, but I'll be right back, I promise. So enjoy. Oh my god, no one's ever booed me before. But look at all the booths, they're amazing. So enjoy for a little bit. I'll be right back. I'm here all afternoon, so I'll be back.
The lip quench. Okay. It's high moisture, high shine. And then we're featuring our new Creaseless Concealer. Which contains Maracuja. Okay. Powered by flowers. Very nice.
SEPHORiA.com, December 4th. So we specialize in citrus, but this is citrus with coconut, something we've never used before in any of our fragrances. It's meant to be like a party in paradise kind of scent. Sweet, sheer, beachy, beautiful.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
like a beach at sunset and spring break. So it's a really neat collection. But what we thought we would do for you guys at SEPHORiA is make lip stories about you, not us. So you pick out your favorite lip story color that you want, pull out your iPhones, pick your favorite picture, and then we're gonna wrap your story around the package so you can take your lip story home.
We're a clean brand. We are vegan, gluten-free. We do not test on animals.
Yes.
So we're high integrity. All of our products have heat and UV protection. Nothing is like over buildup. So everything that you put in your hair will feel soft and sexy and styled.
Wow, it really is. You know, sometimes you use dry shampoo and it feels like hay. Right? This feels really nice.
We made our specific benefit soft.
Give me a dip. It's okay. Look at that six-pack. Venti.
Tilbury had launched in 2007, but this past August we launched an exclusive collection for Sephora, and it's called My Kind of Love. So in My Kind of Love there are 4 fragrances. Today we only have I Don't Need a Prince, By My Side to Be a Princess, all about women empowerment.
You use your rub, and don't do it on like any fake lashes or like real lashes because the oil obviously like you redo and then you put water on and melts everything out.
Over the brushable, turn to this really beautiful foam. Okay. And then we're just gonna go in and we're just gonna massage for about 15 to 20 seconds. This needs to be a long time, but okay. So once we've got that to that point, we actually go in with more water. We're just gonna rinse.
So there you go, that was pretty much everything that I saw and heard and experienced at SEPHORiA. So, did I have fun? Absolutely. I had a great time. It was really nice to be in a building surrounded with like-minded individuals. There were men and women there, all of us beauty lovers, all of us beauty obsessed, makeup lovers. It was really nice to be in that environment with like-minded folks. So it really was fun. They did a great job in curating these photo and experience opportunities throughout the event. They did amazing. I mean, I have more photos than I will ever need of myself. If you're coming from a part of the country where you don't have that many art exhibits or street art or things like that, this was a great opportunity. You really got bang for your buck, because there were so many photo opportunities that you have probably pictures to get you through the end of the year on your Instagram. So that was a great pro. Some of the other pros include the brands that were featured in general. I love the mixture of brands. You had high-end like Tom Ford, and then you had popular brands like Urban Decay. You had new up-and-coming brands like Pinrose, and then you had clean brands as well. So it was really a nice mixture of brands. You really got to see an array of what Sephora has to offer. The biggest pro is probably that anyone could attend SEPHORiA. I've been to a few conferences, events like this, but they were always for professionals. You had to submit your credentials. You couldn't just buy a ticket. You had to prove that you were a makeup artist or that you work in the industry. I love that this was open to the public. You just had to buy a ticket. So I think that was a really great experience for the general public, because you probably don't see events like this very often. Now, there were a few cons, there were a few kinks. This was the first ever event, so of course there were gonna be some things that didn't work out as planned, probably on Sephora's end. Was it TanaCon bad? Absolutely not, but there were some kinks, so I'm gonna talk about that. The first of which was the entrance. I got a golden key, and golden key and silver key were part of the perks was that you had an expedited entrance, so you could get in faster than the general public or the base ticket, which was $99. However, the gold and the silver were on the same line. I don't know, could they have had 3 lines, 1 for each? I don't know, maybe this was just the only way that it could work out, but it took a very long time to get into the area. I would say it took me about an hour to get in. I got there, like I'm staying 2 blocks from the event space, from the Majestic. I walked there, I got there right at 10, and it took me at least 45 minutes to almost an hour to actually get to the part where I got my wristband and I was, allowed into the event. One of the reasons that I bought the golden ticket was for the expedited entrance. I really did not want to spend a long time online. If you are subscribers to my channel, you know the issues that I'm having with my feet. I have plantar fasciitis, I have Achilles tendonitis. So I knew that I was going to be on my feet already, but I would have preferred to have that time on my feet inside rather than waiting to get in. But somehow, even though we had expedited entrance, a perk, that's part of the perk, it still took about an hour to actually get into the venue. One of the reasons why is that before you even got into the building, you had to go through the garden, which had a few brands there as well. There was It Cosmetics, there was Gucci, and there were like 2 others. So of course they had a beautiful setup and people wanted to take photos there. Also, there was registration for the master classes. Now, one of the other perks is that I was pre-registered for a master class, which I will get into later. But for the general public, that's where you got to register for a master class. So obviously, when people come in, they're not just going right in. They are getting in line to register, and then they're taking photos at these, basically these booths. So the people couldn't get in because all of these people were still in the garden. So that took a long time. I don't know if at some point when it was like 10:45-ish, someone else kind of took over or what, but all of a sudden we were moving a lot faster, but still it took a long time. This was a big issue because basically I lost like an hour almost just waiting in line, even though I had spent so much money for that expedited entrance. But another issue was that I don't know why people who had a master key were able to RSVP for a master class, basically get a guaranteed seat to a master class. We were given the list of master classes. We submitted our 3 best options, that 3 of the top 3 ones that we wanted to attend, and then based on availability, they would email us and say, okay, you've RSVP'd for this master class, which starts at whatever time. I had the 11 o'clock master class with Charlotte Tilbury. I don't know why that wasn't enough, but we got an email this week saying that in addition to RSVPing and being pre-registered for that master class, we had to claim our seat 60 minutes before the class. This event started at 10. That's when they started letting people in. That's when the doors open. My class was at 11, so I had to have been there right at 10 to claim my ticket. Obviously, this was a big problem. Some of the staff hadn't communicated with each other, so when this person behind me actually approached someone from SEPHORiA from the event to say, I have a class at 11, I'm supposed to claim my ticket at 10. At that point it was 10:20, 10:30. Like obviously I can't be there to pre-register or register again, RSVP again, or claim my seat. So what's gonna happen? And that person didn't have an answer. They said it's probably gonna be fine. I wasn't happy with that answer. I waited for a while, but then I'm a planner, I'm a worrier, I like to get confirmations. I'm an events person, I worked in government, dealt with a lot of events, so these probablys don't work for me. I'd rather have a concrete answer. So I went to the front of the line. I was able to actually get confirmation from someone who told me that the classes were gonna be pushed back 20 minutes and that they were not gonna give away the seats for Golden Key attendees. So I was like, okay, that's all I need to know. I got back in line, but again, I didn't get in to the garden area at least till like 10:45, 10:50-ish. So, okay, so we get in, they had those booths, so I did stop by the booths. When it was about 11:10, that's when I entered the building, and then I got into the class. So here was another issue. Actually, I'm gonna get to that a little bit later. I'll talk about the masterclass a little bit later. There was one of the other issues that I had was just communication in general. Again, there was a communication issue online because of the pre-registering and claiming your seat. That was, for me, I thought it was unnecessary. I think that, I don't know, I think you're just pre-registered, you have a seat, maybe you hold the seat until a certain time into the class, and if by 15 minutes into the class or 10 minutes into the class you weren't there in your seat, then you could give that seat away. But they thought of this RSVP/claiming two-step thing for whatever reason, and maybe they have a very good reason, but that was one thing. But there was issue with communication. Every person that got a golden key was given a concierge that they could communicate with. I had a lovely concierge. She was great. She was very responsive, but there were certain things that she didn't know. On the website, there were facts, and I went through them, and the only thing, and maybe it was there and I missed it, but the only thing that I saw was that you weren't allowed to bring large bags. So I asked the concierge, does a backpack count as a large bag? And I didn't understand, do they mean oversized or just any large bags? And can you be clear about that? Because I'm coming in from New York. That was the other thing. I'm coming in from New York, so I need to know what to pack. I didn't hear from her on Wednesday, and Thursday was my flight. So I didn't hear anything. I'm obviously traveling with my backpack, so I'm bringing it no matter what. When I landed on Thursday, I got an email with reminders. And in that reminder email was the thing about bags, which said that any bags larger than 4.5 by 6.5 inches needed to be clear vinyl transparent bags. I have one at home. Had I known that, I would have brought that bag with me to Los Angeles, but I didn't. Again, maybe I missed it, but the part that I saw didn't say anything about that. You could go to the website, maybe I'll include photos, but there were two sections that had answers about backpacks. One that said large bags weren't allowed, and then the other part said that bags that were larger than 4.5 by 6.5 had to be clear. I don't know why. Obviously, those two answers contradict each other, and I don't know why the same language. If you did have to separate that in two different facts, the languages should have been the same. So if I read this part, I would have gotten that information instead of having to read this part and this part to get the information about the clear bags. So when I came in, I had to put all my stuff down and then go search for a transparent bag. I had to go to the Grove and I bought a Zara bag. Let's get to the masterclass. The masterclass was the one that I had the biggest issue with. Maybe it was because I have gone to these more professional gatherings, makeup gatherings, before, and I just had different expectations. But when I got to the Charlotte Tilbury Masterclass, it looked like all the seats were taken. So I approached someone who worked for the event and said, I have a golden key, I have a seat reserved for me. She said, he can help you, and pointed to a security person. So I told the security person, I have a reserved seat. He says all the seats were taken, and I said, no, I have a golden key, I have a seat reserved. So he said, I'm not really in charge of that, I can't help you. And I said, I know, you're a security person, I get it. So I went back to someone who was there who looked, more legit, I guess I can say. Had a board with them, one earpiece or something, and I said, I have a reserved seat. So they gave me a seat, they found a seat for me, but it was, here's the stage, right? It was over here. I could not see well, and when the event started, when Charlotte Tilbury came on, I couldn't hear very well at all. So that, and actually the people who were standing over here, so there were seats here, seats to the side, but the people who were standing over here obviously got a much better view than what I got from over here, even though I paid and had a seat reserved. So that was a kink. The other kink that really upset me, and it really upsets me to have to say this, to share this part, but I want to be 100% honest in my opinion and my thoughts, so I have to say this. Trust me, I feel really bad about saying this, but I have to be honest. At these professional events, when there's a master class or a class given, a lecture, it's for you to learn something. You're getting the opportunity to see and hear from experts, whether they're makeup artists or someone who started a brand, or someone who knows about skincare. You're learning something, right? This was called a master class. So one would assume that you are learning something. Well, at the Charlotte Tilbury masterclass, there was a makeup artist doing makeup on a model, and then there was Charlotte Tilbury who was speaking. I couldn't see what was happening with the makeup artist and the model. Usually, or I've seen from my experience, they have monitors so that you can see close up of what the people on stage are doing for those people who are sitting in the back or in awkward angles, so you can see what's happening. There were no monitors, so I couldn't see. And then Charlotte Tilbury, who I love, who is amazing, who is an icon, whose brand is brilliant, whose products are amazing and wonderful, got on stage and then proceeded to just talk about her products. I felt that she was just kind of pushing products. There was no mention, from what I can hear, I also, again, couldn't hear very well, but there was no mention of what the makeup artist was actually doing, no techniques, no tips, no tricks being shared. It was just like, this is my moisturizer, this has these ingredients, this is my brow pencil, this is amazing, this is da-da-da-da. And it was just like product after product after product. Now, maybe it changed, but I want to be like, I don't like to be negative, and I don't, but all right, it is what it is. It is what happened. So after a while of the makeup artist doing, something, I don't know, I couldn't tell you if it was a smoky eye, a natural look, an everyday makeup, an event makeup, bridal. I couldn't tell you what that makeup artist was doing because I couldn't see and I couldn't hear. And all I heard from Charlotte Tilbury was about the products. After a while of that, I decided to leave. In fact, a few people decided to leave. I'm not gonna say that the room emptied out, no, but a few people did leave. And so when 2 people in front of me left and the 2 people to my side left, I decided that I also was gonna leave. Because at that point, I wasn't learning anything, and at that point, most importantly, it had been like an hour and a half to 2 hours since the event started. Again, the event opened at 10, the doors opened at 10, class started at 11:20-ish. By 11:45, like I was already, 2 hours into it, and I came to that event mostly as a YouTuber, not as just a consumer, someone who shops at Sephora, but I wanted to film, I wanted to capture everything to share with you guys. So I was 2 hours in, and all I had seen was the garden and this class. So I made the decision to leave. So again, maybe things changed as the class went on. Maybe she did talk about trips and maybe she did talk about technique and tips and tricks and all that. I just didn't get to see it. So it could have gotten much better than that. I just have to share that I did wind up leaving before it was finished. But after, I went right to Charlotte Tilbury's booth at the event and tried on some of the products. They were, again, amazing, iconic, fantastic products. And then later on, I did see that she herself went back to her booth and people were able to line up and take photos with her, which was amazing and great. I don't know if that happened after the master class. I don't know if Golden Key ticket holders were able to do that with her, but I honestly would have preferred to have a photo with her at a photo booth than to have stayed at that masterclass. So I just have to be honest. I had to weigh my options. I had very limited time. I'd already spent 2 hours, just like, that was like almost 2 hours in. So there, I said it. But I love you, Charlotte Tilbury. Please don't be upset with me. It's just my opinion, my thought, my experience, my decision making. I have to say that if you bought a bronze ticket, you got your money's worth because it was a fantastic event, an opportunity to meet with brands, to try out new products. They had really cool exclusive items available there that you could buy and purchase and order. So you got your money's worth, absolutely. I think bronze also got your money's worth because you were in the same line with golden ticket holders, and then you got to experience that. You got a gift card. People with bronze ticket got a $15 gift card. People with gold tickets got a $25 gift card. The last con that I have to talk about is the fast passes. Golden ticket purchasers got 3 fast passes and bronze got 1 fast pass. With this fast pass, it basically means you could almost cut the line. You had a special line that would go faster than the general line. However, out of the 3, I only used 2, and in fact I would have just used 1, except that it was the middle of the day and I was like, all right, I have to use this, so I used it for the closest thing, which was Pat McGrath. I use it to get that glittery lip, but mostly I use it because I was like, oh, it's, you know, the middle of the event and I still haven't used anything and there's a line there, I just, whatever, why not? So, but I still have 1 left. I didn't use them all. So when I did use it was to actually leave the event, because to leave there was already a big line. So I was able to leave much faster and get my gift bag much faster because I used my fast pass at the very end, at the very possible last opportunity to use a fast pass. So was it worth it? I don't know. The last thing that will tell me whether the golden key was worth it is this gift bag. The website said that this gift bag comes with $700 worth of products. So I will unbox this in my next video and show you everything that I got. I will add it up in the description box below and then tell you whether it does have $700 worth of product, maybe more, and that based on what I did, what I saw, what I got, I will tell you whether I think the golden key was worth it. So stay tuned for that video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and click that bell icon so that you're notified as soon as my videos go out. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and share, and always use that comment section below to make any requests, ask any questions, just say hi. I always love to hear from you guys. Click or tap right here to watch my last video, or click down below to watch another video that you might enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned. Don't hate me, Charlotte. Don't hate me. I love you, honestly. Don't hate me.